This is IGN. Ohana means family, and family means one of the better Disney live-action remakes. This is your IGN review of Lilo and Stitch by Eric Goldman. In Disney's apparent quest to remake every one of their animated classics in live action, the difference between the good movies like The Jungle Book and the bad ones like Pinocchio comes down to the filmmakers and their choices. Is their approach to some of the most well-known and beloved stories ever told on screen fresh enough to make us overlook the undeniably cynical and corporate-driven, you liked this before, maybe you'll pay for it all over again, spirit of the enterprise? In the case of the new Lilo and Stitch, the answer is, fortunately, yes. And that's thanks to the inspired choice of trusting the tale of an alien fugitive befriending an orphaned earthling to director Dean Fleischer Camp. The co-creator of stop-motion sensation Marcel the Shell with Shoes On, Camp is a proven expert at blending quirk and silliness with genuine heart and depth. And while he and screenwriters Chris Okalani Bright and Mike Van Wey don't make any shocking deviations from the 2002 original, they do make the meaningful choice to root their out-of-this-world comedy and earthly concerns. They found the perfect Lilo and Maya Kealoha, which is saying something, considering so much of the film rests on the shoulders of this little girl. She exerts just the right attitude, charm, and humor in the role, and does a notably strong job of selling the reality of her scenes with the CGI Stitch, voiced once more by the original film's co-director Chris Sanders. The script gives Lilo a bit less of an edge than her animated counterpart. She still shoves another girl who insults her, but she doesn't throw any punches like she does in the original. But it doesn't shy away from her anguish over her parents' death either. It's clear that Lilo is a sweet kid channeling profound grief through her volatile behavior, just the type who could use the companionship of a fuzzy, four-armed powder keg from beyond the stars. While the friendship of the title duo remains key to this version of Lilo and Stitch, the most important relationship is actually the one between Lilo and her older sister Nani, played by Sydney Elizabeth Agudong. They're the eye of the hurricane whipped up by Stitch's arrival, working together to move past a loss whose aftermath is more deeply felt than the depths of other mothers and fathers sprinkled so liberally throughout the Disney canon. Kealoha and Agudong have a pivotal rapport, with the two actresses making it hard not to invest in Lilo and Nani and their bond. The possibility of their separation, a social worker must decide if Nani is providing a solid upbringing for her sister, feels truly upsetting because of the connection the two make with each other and the audience. Agudong gets to play some new shades of Nani too, diving into her personal aspirations and how difficult it is to balance them with the responsibility of being sole caregiver for the sister she loves so much. Visually, there are a few moments where it feels like Camp felt beholden to replicate a memorable image from the original in terms of framing it similarly. Thankfully, that sort of what's the point mimicry doesn't become prevalent. The director is also able to have fun with some of the bigger sci-fi moments, including some clever visual gags involving an alien gun that can create portals. As Lilo and Stitch comes to a close, it takes some of its biggest swerves from the source material. I don't want to give too much away, but I can say that one involves giving the film a more specific and hostile antagonist, while the other changes arrive at the very end to underline what this version of the story is all about. It's an impactful conclusion seemingly designed to make you say, "Aww," and like so much of Lilo and Stitch, it certainly succeeds on that front. Where the weakest Disney remakes feel like they're parroting the original without capturing any of their genuine emotion, Lilo and Stitch retains and often amplifies the most stirring aspects of the rightfully beloved animated film. Director Dean Fleischer Camp and screenwriters Chris Okalani Bright and Mike Van Wey understand that the innate joy and humor of the mischievous Stitch work just fine and can still sell plenty of merch in support of a story about an alien chaos agent falling into the laps of two grieving sisters and helping them figure out their next step together. All of which is to say, yeah, it made me cry. Lilo and Stitch's IGN score? 8 out of 10. Thanks for listening to IGN. My name is Tony Jackson, and for the latest Lilo and Stitch updates, visit us at IGN.com.
Spoken Layer.